welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show where fibbing is fabulous. On David Mitchell's team tonight, a lady who's the presenter of the Great British Bake Off. I loved the celebrity version where they made a variety of fruitcakes and tarts, make some biscuits. It's Nell Gedroych. And a presenter who, like me, has been in Nicole Scherzinger's house. But unlike me, he was invited. From the X Factor, Dermot O'Leary. And on Lee Mack's team tonight, a man who, when he played rugby, showed a beautiful left foot. And when he danced on Strictly, showed two of them. From A Question of Sport, Matt Dawson. And the star of The Last Leg, whose looks and personality have proved no obstacle to his success. It's Josh Widdicombe. And so let's begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. To make things harder, they've never seen the card before, so they've no idea what they'll be faced with, and it's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Josh, you are first up.
Possession.
Ah, OK, there's a box, which I think is at the side of your desk. Can you see it?
Yeah, got it.
Would you read the card first and then bring out the possession?
These are my favourite boxer shorts. Despite the fact they've seen better days, we have such a strong bond, I still wear them.
All right.
OK, now let's have a look at this possession. Let's see.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, you've got to show the back bit. That's vile.
What's that?
You figured, no! That's the back bit. That's the back bit.
Do you still wear those, Josh, as pants, or are they...
Yeah, I don't wear them as a hat.
Josh, how many pants do you have? How many pairs, like, roughly, would you say?
10 to 12.
So these get used, what, once a fortnight?
You've done the maths.
So what, 2 days where you don't wear pants? Is tonight one of those days?
I don't know if you wear boxers. I think you might be a...
Briefs guy.
Briefs, is that what they're called?
Oh, that is...
You're young, you're quite trendy, the hair's forwards, which to me says you're quite trendy.
Don't listen to her, Matt.
Josh, if I was your girlfriend, I would want to dust with those. I wouldn't want to see them on you.
Can I ask you something? How long have you had them for?
I would have probably got them when I was about 18, so that's 12 years.
Explain the bond you have with these pants. Why?
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. They haven't got any specific memory, but I just don't like wastage, really. And they're still perfectly usable.
No, they're not. The frightening thing is, if they're not Josh's pants, whose pants are they?
Well, Josh, would you help us out here by perhaps just slipping into them so we could get an idea of the fit?
Yeah, I would.
Get them on, get them on, get them on.
This is what winning chants at me in bed.
Josh, maybe round here somewhere would be nice.
Here?
That's going to be a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'll take my shoes off.
You see, look, he doesn't seem okay with the mapping of them.
It's not like you get familiar with pants and it becomes a second nature.
He's not at ease with those
This
pants.
is genuinely one of the lowest moments of my life, by the way. Just so you know.
If I had a penny for every time someone said that on this show.
So, oh my God.
I suppose all you can do now is pray that it's edited sympathetically. Which, in all honesty, is unlikely.
Josh, my love, that waistband is a good 2 inches too big for you.
If you feel the elastic, Mel...
Come on.
Mel, you don't have to touch anything you don't want to.
If you feel the elastic, then it's kind of gone a bit.
Right, I'm going to do something slightly sinister.
I've been dreaming of this since late lunch. I'm not going to lie to you.
Look, come closer, love, come closer. Yeah, there's a whole finger. That's a whole...
That's not a finger.
All right, just take your shoes and please go back to your seat.
I feel like I've been thrown out of a pod. Take your shoes and go.
David, it's time to gather your thoughts and ask yourself whether or not Josh is telling the truth.
I think, Mel...
Yes, my love.
You're strongly of the opinion that those are not Josh's pants.
He did not seem at ease when he was touching.
Intimidated by the pants.
He was intimidated.
Yeah.
He was.
I agree with you that there's a stylistic clash between Josh and those pants.
I'm not buying it. There's no anecdote. There's no, oh, I kept these when so-and-so broke up with me. If he's going to keep a pair of pants that long, you've got to be through some good times and, by the looks of it, some bad times.
So, what are you thinking then?
Well, I think we think it's a lie.
All of you, all agreed. OK.
Agreed.
Josh Widdicombe, the pants.
Can I just say, either way, I am going to give them to Mel so she can dust with them from now on.
Thank you.
Well, that's lovely. That's heartwarming.
Thanks,
Is it the truth, or were you telling a lie?
I am ashamed to say it's the truth.
Yes, it's true. They were indeed Josh's favourite boxer shorts, which he still wears. Mel, you're next.
I once had a snog with one of the people here on Would I Lie to You Tonight?
Whoa!
One of us 6. Yeah, 6. You...
Hang on a minute, I'm here as well.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, could have been me.
She didn't snog herself.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, God. Oh, my word. I think my poor grasp of mathematics has never been more cruelly exposed.
So one of us 6 people... Why am I saying one of us 6? I know it wasn't me. One of them 5. Was it you?
It's true.
No, I'm Spartacus.
You see, I
It's
generally...
very awkward if all 6 of us have snogged her.
But she could only remember one.
If it's true, will the person remember, or is it like a drunken thing, or...?
I don't know if they will remember.
This is getting awkward. If this is true, this could be very awkward.
I don't know.
How many years ago?
I think it was in 98, so 15 years ago.
Just a snog.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be David at university, isn't it?
Why, did they go to university together?
They're both Cambridge, aren't they?
We did.
Yes.
And were you in the same...
No,
The plot thickens.
David is quite a lot younger than me, so...
But were you still hanging around the university?
trying to prey on freshers in Freshers Week. What you haven't said yet, Mel, is you haven't really painted a lovely picture for us of the circumstances, where you were.
Yeah.
Just talk us through that.
It was a works do.
Not me. I've never worked in my life.
It was a works do, and everyone had been working very, very hard. It was a long series, and it was the end of term party.
Stop
End of
looking
series
at me,
party.
Mel. Staring at me.
What was the series?
It was the England rugby team 2000.
Was it a test series?
It was a show back in the late 90s.
Was it Late Lunch?
It was called Late Lunch.
So the show you did, Late Lunch, was the person you kissed a guest on the show, or were they a regular on it, or...?
No, we were colleagues.
This is a totally new type of round.
This is...
You stop trying to work out whether it's true or not, just who it
was.
Who was it?
Wait, who was it that you kissed? Was it Rob? Please tell me when you kissed him he didn't do that. Who was it that you kissed?
Dermot. It was Dermot.
Dermot?
It was Dermot.
Wow. This is a weird one now, because if it's not true, poor Dermot now has got to answer all these questions.
I don't think you're allowed to question other panellists.
Well, this is
not his card.
No, we're in new territory. This has never happened before.
Rob?
My proclamation is thus. You can quiz O'Leary. However, he doesn't have to answer unless he so chooses.
Well, to be fair, that's true with everyone. we're going to be legally required to speak. If you want to make people talk when they don't want to, you have to waterboard them.
I'm happy to waterboard him if you want to...
Mel, what was Dermot doing in this show?
Dermot was the guy responsible for getting the audience in.
Has Dermot said if he remembers this?
Dermot, do you remember this?
That would scupper my team's chance. I can't answer that.
Yeah, oh, that's handy. You mean no? So you were working on...
I was working on a line.
What was your position?
I was I was sort of audience researcher. So
Oh, that's handy. Just what she just said, yeah. In 1998, were you in a relationship, or is it OK to push you on this?
I'm not sure.
You said at the time, Dermot, that you weren't in a relationship.
Oh, well, he can't have been there.
Yeah.
OK.
So what are you going to say then, Lee? What are you thinking?
That's an interesting one, this, isn't it? What do you think?
It feels
Plausible.
Do you think?
It's plausible.
It is plausible.
Definitely plausible.
But I just think O'Leary's been too kind of reticent on the details and the facts.
Yeah, but he could be awkward because he doesn't remember, or he remembers very well and he's trying to play for his team.
Gentleman doesn't tell.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Based on O'Leary.
Matt, what are you thinking on this?
I'm not sure. I don't think the dates fit. Lie.
Well, go with lie then.
You're saying it's a lie?
I think it might be true, but I'm going with my team and saying lie.
Mel, it was a wonderful, wonderful tale. Was it true, or were you telling a lie?
Well, Rob, gents, Dermot, I was telling the truth.
Dermot, everything that Mel said was true.
100% bona fide.
Yes, it's true. Mel did have a snog with Dermot O'Leary. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Shailene. We will begin with Dermot. Dermot, what is Shailene to you?
This is Shailene, and I asked Shailene out 156 times.
Mel, how do you know Shailene?
This is Shailene. When we were kids, I cut her hair to plump up the stuffing in my teddy bear.
There we are. Finally, David
I want that to be true. I want that to be
That's
true.
amazing.
How do you know Shailene, David?
This is Shailene. She is the swimming pool lifeguard who talked me into letting go of the diving board I was clinging to after I panicked mid-boing.
So, there we have it. It's, is it Dermot's romance rejector, Mel's teddy stuffing supplier, or David's diving board saviour? Lee, where do you want to start?
Wow, where do we start with that one? Dermot, when was this?
I'd have been probably 14, and Shailene was a year younger than me.
How did you do it? Was it all face to face?
Yep.
As opposed to what?
We went to...
He was 14.
Oh, sorry.
Do you know, before... it was all different.
Did you
in the old days, what we used to do was just press our faces against the bathroom window and shout.
Dermot, just to be clear, how many times did you ask her out?
156.
In
Right,
like
six.
how many sittings?
Probably over the course of about 18 months.
18 months.
Why did you count them?
Yeah.
Because...
It takes 156 times for him to know she's not interested.
After a while, I suppose it became like almost like a rite of passage. Shailene lived in a different village to the village I grew up in.
Which village was this?
I grew up in a village called Marks Tay, and Shailene lived in Great Tay. Normally...
Where was this? Mordor?
and Shailene went to the same youth club as me.
Youth club? Let's get him more rock and roll, this story.
Shailene was the only girl in the village who had black hair, and...
Have you looked to your left? At least made it realistic.
She had black hair, all in kind of a lovely sort of 80s Madonna-style quiff.
So the first time you asked her out, she said no. How long did you leave it till the second time?
The next week.
So it's every week you were doing it?
Yeah.
Every week, 156 weeks, 18
sometimes
months.
Twice
That
a
adds
week.
up.
Sometimes twice a week.
Rob's thinking it does, but it doesn't.
Sometimes like twice a week, sometimes twice in the same night. Oh, go on, go ahead.
So when it got to 100, did you not think, probably not going to happen?
Thought I'm still in. Keep batting.
Lee, who else would you like to quiz?
Who should we go with next?
Mel.
OK, so how old were you?
When the haircutting happened.
Yes, obviously, I don't mean...
Oh, sorry.
No, how old were you on your 12th birthday?
So, Shailene's older sister, Charlotte, is a good friend of mine.
Shailene and Charlotte?
Yes, Shailene and Charlotte.
Who was her dad? Sean Connery?
Shailene and Charlotte came over to ours to do a sleepover. We had a bunk bed, and I wanted her to sleep on the top bunk.
Yeah, this is the bit, you see.
Because we had a game in our house whereby if you slept on the top bunk, you had to drape your hair over the side of the
Like
bunk.
Rapunzel.
I'll tell you what, Dermot, I'm glad you didn't go back to hers now. He says, no problem, hers too short. She went, don't worry, use something else. Go on.
I had a secret plan with Shailene. I wanted her to fall asleep on the top bunk so that I could cut her beautiful hair.
Now-
I didn't cut that much.
Right. How much did you cut? That's
2
a
inches.
lot of hair.
So, having cut this hair off,
Yes.
what did you do with it?
So I had this lovely, beloved teddy bear patch and had a bit of a hole in it.
What?
I remember exactly where.
Where?
Shoulder down to mid-arm.
How did the hole start? Did you make the hole?
Just love. Just love.
Is that what you call love? Ripping off a man's arm?
Dermot.
Lee, what about David?
David, remind us again of this utter truth.
Shailene is the swimming pool lifeguard who
yeah.
talked me down when I was clasping onto a diving board.
Were you actually hanging off it?
Yeah, I had like my arms around it like that, and it was at head height.
But how did you get to that position?
I was considering jumping off the diving board, and I remained indecisive too long in the process.
And at the last minute you went but panicked and stopped.
Exactly.
And of course,
I sort of
'cause you weren't used-
slid off it and grabbed it, and then was left there dangling.
And had you gone to the pool specifically to dive, or had you gone with a bunch of mates and you were larking around, bombing, heavy petting, all the things that we're not supposed to do? But if I know you, the rebel that you are, you'd have been doing them.
It was one of my regular late-night music parties in the municipal baths.
How old were you?
It was recently.
How recently?
It was just about an hour ago. No, it was last autumn.
I'd have thought if David Mitchell had been hanging off a diving board, someone would have taken a photo and tweeted that.
I don't think you're allowed to have your mobile phones in swimming pools.
Come the advent of the aquaphone, my water sports days are over.
Have you ever dived in off a diving board headfirst at that point?
No, and I certainly wasn't planning on doing this head first.
Oh, you were going to go feet first?
Absolutely.
And so you jumped... You started...
I was thinking of this programme, and I thought, well, I can lose up to about there and it'll be fine. They could prop the remnant on a bar stool, and I can still do the job. So I thought, I'll go in with the non-panel show end first.
As you've leapt off, at that point you think, I'm going in, change your mind, spin in the air, grab the board and land and just do that. Because I think that's a 10. I think it's a 10.
It was the moment of indecision
That made you stumble.
Changed how I mean, I can't entirely...
Did you...
It's bizarre, considering it happened to me, that I can't entirely visualise it.
So, what are you thinking, Lee?
I want to know exactly how Shailene talked down David.
She said, are you all right? Which, wasn't the best question in the world, but...
She's clearly trained.
Yes.
What did you say?
I think I said something. Oh, yeah, sorry, I slipped.
Sorry, I slipped. 1 minute you're panicking. Oh, sorry, I slipped. Forgive me.
She stood at the side.
Even in near-death situations, you're middle class. Sorry, I slipped, my dear.
I didn't say...
Did you fetch my cravat? It appears to have wafted away.
I didn't say sorry I slipped in a suave tone of voice. But I did say sorry because it's very deeply ingrained in me to apologise at almost any occasion.
So how did you say it then, if you didn't say it in a suave
Sorry
way?
I slipped! Sorry I slipped!
Like that. So, you were quite panicked.
I was quite panicked.
What happened then? What did she say?
She said, it's all right, stay calm. Too late. I screamed.
Where is she? She's on the floor. Is she up top?
She has got on the diving board.
Well, she's up
Oh,
there
give it a
with
little
you.
wobble, yeah? She's giving it a little wobble.
She's not got to the boingy end. She's
Do you mind if I have a little skip whilst we're doing this?
It was only after a few minutes had passed that she threatened to boing me off.
Wow! I'll tell you what, these municipal swimming pools. Do you know what? I would say that constitutes heavy petting.
So you were hanging on for a few minutes.
No, not really for a few. I think for about 4 or 5 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes? Oh, no, what, the eagle-eyed lifeguard?
She just...
Oh, I wish I could use my whistle. How did she make you go from I don't want to let go to let go? What kind of words did she use?
It's OK, just drop in. I promise you won't
Just
hit
drop
the bottom.
in! I'm around 3 o'clock till Sticks on Thursday.
She just
Do you
said,
have Earl Grey ice cream?
feel free to drop in anytime you like.
So go on. Yeah, so go on. So you're hanging up. But what did she say to make you let go?
I think it's fine. You won't hurt yourself. She said, this happens a lot. If you'd come in here half an hour earlier, there'd been 3 of you on 3 of the boards. Only just cleared the last backlog.
OK, so Lee, we need an answer. Is Shailene Dermot's romance rejecter, Mel's teddy stuffing supplier, or David's diving board saviour? What do you think?
David has had to hang on to something for 4 or 5 minutes.
That's a long.
That is
a long time to hang on.
time.
You couldn't hang on that long.
Dermot said she had black hair.
156.
There's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot, and it's a very specific
Yeah, it's
number.
too precise.
I think Mel.
It's got to be Mel.
You think
Mel
Mel?
had emotion and feeling.
You say Mel?
I would go
say
Mel.
Mel.
I'll go with the team and say Mel.
You're all in agreement. OK. Shailene, please reveal your true identity.
Hi, I'm Shailene, and Dermot asked me out 156 times.
Thank you, Shailene. Thank you very much. Which brings us to our final round, Quickfire Lies, in which our panellists lie not only through their teeth, but against the clock. We'll start with... It's Lee.
At school, I was given the nickname The Charmer because I was the only one who could console the school snake whenever it got agitated.
David and T.
So, what type of snake was the school snake?
It was... do you know what? I genuinely can't remember what type of snake it was. It was... I could describe it.
Go on.
Go on.
Legless. It was... yes, it was about so big.
What was it called?
It was called... I think it was called Sammy.
You remember its name but not its species?
Well, I'm like that with women. Grass snake rings a bell, I think.
Why did your school go for a snake as opposed to like a mouse or some such?
Oh, it had a mouse as well, but it was in there with the snake.
What was in the tank other
snake.
than the snake?
It was open plan. There was an area in the corner where he used to sleep. We used to call it the bedding area.
What was there?
What was there? It's
What was
bed.
there? Never mind what he used
It's
to
like
do
an ordinary
there.
bed, but it's just a lot
bed
longer.
was there.
A lot longer and a lot thinner. Very long and thin. Extremely hard to tuck in at night. So they're all there.
Very long
By the time you'd done one side and gone round the other side, this side had come up again. You'd be there forever. It was
Very
awful.
long, thin.
Very long, thin bed.
mattress.
Very long, thin mattress.
This wasn't one of those snakes that likes to sleep curled up.
No.
It likes to stretch out.
Right out like that.
Why did a snake need charming? Was it a particularly aggressive snake, or...?
It used to do this little thing where it used to raise its head up and sort of shake its head like that, left to right. Like that.
Yeah.
And I said to the teacher, what's that? What's he doing that for?
Oh, so you were taught in the same room as the snake?
Well, no, we went to different lessons, but in one of the classrooms...
This was during snake studies?
Well, that's what the PE teacher called it. So I said, as well as the other kids, we were saying, what does it do that for? And the teacher said, that is a sign that the snake is getting agitated. And I said, I bet I can stop that. And I lifted off the thing, and I just went like that, and I stroked the back of its head as a joke, and it stopped.
So you can't demonstrate it on a snake?
No, I can't.
But Matt is there. I mean, what if Matt were to be a little agitated? I wonder if employing the same methods you could calm Matt?
Well,
Matt, could you be a little agitated?
If you could be a snake, now, if you could sort of put your head down here, yeah, put your head further down. Put your head here, because the head starts off down, right? Now, get into character.
At a certain angle, this looks really dodgy.
It's like I'm just about to go bowling. So you're looking down, right, and you're the snake. Now, suddenly, you're a snake, you're agitated.
Oh, my God!
That's an agitated snake.
Yeah.
You're all worried, aren't you? Don't worry, I'll sort this out. Now, I'm going to use my hand, because in proportion to the head, that's a finger. Yeah? Then I stroke the back of the head like this. And watch him. Watch the snake calm.
Oh, nice.
Go down.
So what do you think then, David?
Lee claims that his teacher called him the Charmer, and that's a nickname that stayed with him. I'd have got murdered at my school if my teacher would have said, you're the Charmer. That's it.
There's so much of that I've got a problem with. That thing,
I think
there was a grass snake.
It's not my nickname.
Time for a decision right now.
I think we think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Lie.
Lee, the snake charmer, were you telling the truth or
Mel's
were
not
you
sure
telling
now.
a lie?
Well, actually, it was a lie.
Yes, it was a lie. Lee wasn't nicknamed the charmer at school because he was the only one who could calm the school snake. And that noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. I can reveal that David's team has triumphed 3 points to 1.
Oh, right,
But, of course, it's not just a team game, and my individual liar of the week this week is Mel Gedroych. Yes, Mel Gedroych, like Mary Berry in the Great British Bake Off. I'm trying to smile, but I've got a very bitter taste in my mouth. Good night.
Have I got good news for you? Alexander Armstrong takes the host seat next on BBC One. However you judged him, you might want to think again as BBC Two tells the rise and fall of Thomas Cromwell, while BBC Four reveals how in the wake of the Second World War we love nothing more than the sound of New Orleans jazz.